Hello. Oh, you don't need to see me looking at myself. It's like Googling myself. That's awkward. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my stream. Yeah, cool. So today, what are we going to talk about today? I think this is going to be my last stream before the holidays. So I got a few things kind of floating around in my head that I might want to try. One thing that I think might be cool is I know the topic says, "Hey, Kendra K, I'm well. How are you? Thanks for joining." Yeah, welcome aboard. I think we're gonna extend the meme generator block. So if you're here last week, we did a meme generator, which was a fun little thing. I'll just go in here. I'm gonna delete this. Oh no, I don't want to. This needs to go away. Trust that. So if we go in here and we look at our meme generator, there we had this, and this allowed us to choose an image. So if you remember, we were hitting an API to get this. Florida Coderman, my dude, how are you? Welcome aboard. We could pick an image from an API that I had sourced, and now we can add some text above, text below, that sort of standard meme thing. And then we added some color. After state of the word, I'm sorry. What? I'm interested in starting to contribute with WordPress and help mentor someone with my little knowledge. Any advice for where to start? That's a great question. Yeah, you can start if you're looking to contribute directly to WordPress. I would highly recommend attending the dev chats that appear in WordPress Slack. You can go to wordpress.org. You can go to get involved, core. Oops. You can actually get involved anywhere. So I'm going to just say start here. This is your first place to start. So this is make.wordpress.org. And this is how you get into it. So if you want to contribute with design, with documentation, themes, plugins, whatever, or core, you can do all of that stuff. If you want to contribute to the code, you can do it in core. There are weekly chats that happen on Slack. You can follow the links on this page to get yourself a free WordPress.org account, and then get yourself into the Slack, and you can join the meetings and see what's going on. And then there's also there's handbooks for contributors as well, so I can show you that. There's all kinds of handbooks here. I will just add that in here as well. So lots of links. Kinder K, you are there's lots of information here. I would start here, get yourself into the community a bit, start attending the core chats, see what people are working on. There's places where you can ask questions and you can drop tickets and things like that. Yeah, hope that answers your question. But if not, let me know. Cool. So, right. So back to the meme generator. So we had this thing, you can add an image. We added a little button block up here, to remove the image, right? And so someone actually messaged me and I turned it into a issue on the repo that I have. I have a repo where all this code goes. So if you want to see this code, you can absolutely go see that. So someone here, Webfolk Creative, messaged me on Twitter. Awesome, thank you for doing that, and had this idea for adding image file uploads to a custom block. And I think that's a very good topic, and I do this every time. There we go. I forgot my ring light, which is a thing I never thought I would buy as a human adult, but I did. And anyways, so yeah, so I thought that might be a really cool thing to add to our meme generator, because Anoop, hello, welcome. The meme generator, I thought that would be a good thing to add. I'm sorry, I'm rambling here. So to do that, we need to do a couple of things. So I was thinking, the process here is if we add a new meme generator, we get presented with this gigantic list of things that are this giant list of images that comes from the API that we had built up. But what if we had the ability to say, I'm going to pull something from the API, or I want to upload something myself? So we can do that here, because this is kind of where we want this to happen, because we need an image for this block to render, to do anything. I actually don't even know if that, so like right now it's not rendering anything because there's nothing to render, right? So that's good. I was thinking of a couple of ways of doing this. I think what we can do is, so there is a tabs. Where am I here? We're doing a bit of research on this. So if we look into the Gutenberg Repository, so documentation is pretty good. I find that I go straight to the repository if I'm looking for something. Like if I'm like, hey, is there a component that does tabs? Because that's what I'm looking for right now. I would love to have a tab component, because, well, I know there is one because of this. This thing does that. So I would like to have this appear in here. So I can say, choose from API, upload my own, whatever that verbiage is, right? So I know that this exists. So the way that I would find it, it would be two ways. Probably I would just go straight to the Gutenberg repository, go into packages, which is where I am now. So here, so when you get here, this is the root, you go into packages, and then I would probably look in components. Components is a huge package that has, as you might guess, all of the majority of components. And I would just start to look through and see what I have. So I want to see, is there oh, look at that. And there's something called tab panel. So let's see what tab panel looks like. And that is the exact one that I'm looking for. So for many components, there is some really great documentation around design guidelines, around things like that, when to use it, when not to use it, and then there's some examples down here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the well, actually I'll get the code up here first. I'm going to probably quit stream timer. I don't need it running anymore. Let's quit that. Anywho, right. So get into my code. So I'm going to just so cut a new branch. The way the repo works, Tom Divisor. Am I saying that right? Is it Divisor or Divisor? Welcome aboard. Either way, you're welcome, no matter how I butcher your name. Yeah, so every stream's got its own branch. That branch gets pushed up to the repo that I linked earlier. And also that branch just gets merged into the trunk. I think it's a trunk. And then, yeah, so it's all there. For Divisor? Or just Tom? Okay, Cool. Just Tom. Thank you for following. Oh, Tom, thanks. You guys notice my new stream alerts, notifications, things? I'm very proud of those. Very proud. Anyways, thank you for following. I've lost my train of thought. Right, there is a branch for each stream. The branch gets pushed up, then it gets merged into master, or sorry, not master, trunk or main. I can't remember what it is. It's probably trunk. It's trunk. And then let me zoom this in a bit so you can see. And then yeah, so we can just keep moving forward. So majority, you know, everything's a plugin for the most part. Well, everything is a plugin, but anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to open up the meme generator. So we can look at the code just to kind of have a look at it here. So my index. So this was built using the create blocks package, which I've covered in some other streams. Highly recommend it. It's very cool. It will scaffold out a bunch of things for you, set up your build process. It'll install your npm dependencies. It'll do all that fun stuff for you. But you can customize it with a template. Again, I've covered that in some other streams. But for the majority of times, your block is going to have an index file, what we call register block type. Then we've got a save file. The save is basically the function that gets run when you hit the save button. So this is where the content that gets saved into the database. And then we have edit, which represents what it looks like when you're actually editing the block. So in this state. So majority of what we're doing today is going to be spent inside of the edit. I do have some CSS and some styles, and then of course I have a block.json that handles all the things. And then in my meme generator.php, I'm actually doing my register block type call, which is sort of the standard way of doing this now. You register it via PHP, passing it the path to your block.json, which handles registering the block on the server and on the front end, and because it does reference the JavaScript here as well. There's a lot to this. Funny that so many devs are also musicians. Yes. I'm far better at one than the other. I'll let you pick which one. Anyways, cool. So yeah, so let's get into the edit now. What is this? This needs to go away. Oh no. How do I want that go away. Oh man. Okay, cool. So let's go into the edit, and we'll just kind of have a look at how this is built. We've got all our imports. We've got our function here. So I have this use effect. This use effect is the hook that is hitting the API, which I have here, which is returning to us that big list of memes, right? And then because it's I'm using async await, I have to in a use effect hook, you can't make the first function that you pass, like this outer function to use effect, you can't make it async. It won't work. So you have to create a function that's asynchronous and then call it at the bottom here. This is just being called the first time that the component loads, or the component is mounts. And then what we're actually doing is, because I don't want to hit the API every single time I add any one of these to a post, or am working, if I remove an image, like for example, if I do that, I say, I don't like that one. I don't want every time I come back to this component to do another hit to the API, because chances are the API has not updated in that time. So just to save some, to make it a bit more performant, I'm actually just saving all the items to session storage. So it's all just being stored in there. And then when you end your session, when you close your browser window, it'll go away, and then it gets updated the next time you're in there. Anyways. Okay, so if we don't have an image, so this block, let me just actually back that up. So this, not there, I'm sorry, block.json. So block.json supports 3 attributes. We've got a top text attribute, which is just a string. We have bottom text, which is just a string. And then we have an image, which I have as an object. Why do I have it as an object? Oh, I know why I have it as an object. That's right. Because when I save it, I want to save all the information that comes back from the meme. There's a ID, there's a URL, there's a name, and something else, and I can't remember what. But so basically, so I can set the URL, and I can set the there's width and height, I think, too. When we're rendering it, I think, yeah. So there's a width and a height attribute. So I'm saving an object, so it stores all that stuff, and then we can just output it wherever it needs to be output. Right, so the name is the image, all things like that. So Right, so I get out of the save, go back to the edit. So if we have no image, if the image is either an undefined, which is how it would be when this block is first instantiated, or when we remove the image, which actually sets it to false, I think. Yeah, I'm setting it to false, which is a bit of a hack, but whatever. Works for me. Then it's going to display this placeholder right in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this stuff. I'm going to get rid of everything inside the placeholder. I'm just going to copy that. I'm just going to do a new file and drop it in there for now. Right? So we have this placeholder. So if we re-render, oh, you know what? I'm not doing a build. Let me just zoom in. You can see that okay. Okay, cool. So I should probably, I forget to do this every time, but I'm using VS Code. As you can see, I'm also using local for my local development environment. It's just what I've been using. It's great. There are others, many like it, many other ones. You can use whatever you want, whatever works for you. You can even use the WordPress/env package, which will do this for you as well. It's pretty cool, but this is just what I ended up using, and I just kind of stuck with it. So, and then I have my iTerm 2 and Visual Studio Code. This is the theme is, I can't remember. I don't even know how to see themes in here. Can I do it in extensions? Maybe I can do it on this. So theme, shades of purple is my theme, and I quite love it. It's pretty awesome. So if anyone's interested, someone asked at some point what one I was using, and it's this, Shades of Purple. It's by Amado Ways, and it's fantastic. Anyhow, I'm gonna get out of here, go back into here. So, all right. The other thing is I'm gonna set up my build process. So in my package.json, I have a start. I use the same thing. Huh? It's a great theme. I have and there's some other things that I've added on here too that kind of like the folder stuff. There's some other extensions I have in here. Maybe I can just scroll through my extensions real quick. I love this project manager. If you've never used it, I love it. So it gives you a folder here, and it allows you to save like a project in here. So this is one that's been saved as a workspace, and this is just like a folder. But it's so easy because you can just quickly change projects. I absolutely love it. So yeah, and then my extensions, and then there was something else too. I had the material icon theme. I added that one, and that's what gives me the cool, like the different colored folders and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I use there. I'm putting super creative. I like what you might think. Yeah, totally. And all musicians, everyone thinks that their code is the most artistic and creative, regardless of what everyone else thinks. You just don't understand me. If you can't read my code, you don't understand me. If you don't like my music, you just don't understand me. That's all it is. Cool. Anyways, this is a long way of getting there. So I just run npm start, which is a start command that comes with the WP scripts package that I have set up just in my block.json here. I was only like, 60% serious, I guess, Tom. I don't know. Anyway, so now we have a build process running. So it's just running in the background. It's going to do a watch. So we'll come in here. If I update this and refresh this, I should just get, okay, so I just have this empty placeholder now. So I'm going to, so what I want to do is this is where I want to place that tab that we had, right? So let's get over to the tab. Where is that thing? Is it this? Yeah. So we're going to import from tab panel from WordPress components. So I'm sure I'm using components here somewhere. So I'm going to just add it to that, and then I'll just drop it down into placeholder. And let's see what the example is. I can't remember if the example actually has children. Interesting. Okay. So class name, active class tab. I'm just gonna grab the whole example here and drop it in, and then I'm going to need a function here, so I'm just going to do this for now. So this, I think, should tell me whatever tab. I think this should give me the tab name. I don't know, actually. Let's see. I don't know if I've actually used this component before. So, okay, good. No builds, no build issues, I should say. Go back over here. I'm just going to do a hard refresh. Tab 1, tab 2. Okay, cool. That's it. Huh. I don't think I like that. That's not great, is it? So we might need to add a little bit of styling to that, right? That's not great. Like we should have. You know what? We can do that. We'll just deal with this. So we have these two tabs. So I'm definitely going to change. I can switch things. I'm going to call this. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this for translation. And this is going to be API images, right? And then we'll just Twitch. I think it's Twitch streams. Oh my god, I can't type streams. Okay, cool. And I'm just. Oh wait, no, I put that in the wrong spot. This needs to be here. I think that'll need to be there. I'm gonna call this API images, and then we'll just call this API images. I don't know how this is gonna roll out here, but name is gonna be custom images, and I'll just do this. Custom images, and then we'll just call this custom. Okay, so now it should give us a bit of a thing. So API images, custom images, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna say is there like a default? Let me look at the API here. Is there no, it's not. Is there like a default props, class name, orientation? Oh, it's neat. I know you can do that. Tabs, active class, initial tab name. Optionally provide a tab name for the tab to be selected upon mounting. The first tab was set by default. Okay, that's fine. Function, which renders the tab used given the selected tab. The function is passed text. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think the first one's probably fine. Just leaving the API. Not so. Sorry, what was that? Initial tab name. Initial tab name. I'm gonna set it to API images, which doesn't need to be a thing. So hopefully. Let's see, is it? Oh, okay. But why? That's weird. I don't get the highlighting. Oh, because it's okay. That's fine. That's just an accessibility thing. Not just an accessibility thing, but it is an accessibility thing. Okay, cool. All right, so we have this. Now in here, this is going to be a function that does, it's going to output whatever it is that we want. So this is getting a bit hard to manage, I think. I think what I'm going to do is split out. I'm going to create some other components. I'm going to do this in here. We'll call this, I don't want to do that. Hello. Hey, Meta Rorschach. Right? Am I saying that right? Cool. I'm just going to call this components. Now, yeah, I'm going to just do a folder called components. And then I'll put some stuff in here. So this new file is going to be API image select.js. That's going to be all the junk that I kind of pulled out of here. So in here, I'm just going to go const API image select. And that's going to be a function. And it's going to return whatever this is, return. All right. So we're going to do that. So this is clearly going to break because none of this stuff is defined, right? So this is unexpected. Unexpected comma. Why is there? Just do that maybe. Okay, so I need to pass it. I'm gonna need like stored images, I guess. Stored images. Why is that giving me grief? What am I seeing? What am I doing around here? Whatever. I'll just comment it out. Okay. I'm gonna actually return from here. Return this. Sorry, this is a mess. Get rid of that. Not that. This. And then get rid of that. And get rid of that. And now this should be fine. Invalid parentheses. Assignment. It's one of those days. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Sorry, the delay on the message on the response there. Okay, so what I want to do here is we're going to say, okay, so in here, I'll take this through. Okay, so we have this thing and it's going to basically go like this. We're going to say, oh my God, hang on, API images here. Okay, we'll just do that for now. I'm going to do it, export default API images select, and I'll just grab that. I will just in my internal dependencies, which I don't have any yet. I'll just do this. Import from components / API image select. Here's a question for the JavaScripters in the room. When you build components, like when you do something like this, do you do like an index file and then export all of these via that index file? And so it ends up being, so your inputs kind of look like this, right? Just throw that out there if anyone has an opinion. I'd love to hear it. I'm finding that yes? Is there a benefit to that? Like, is it just for ease of use? Or is it like, is there like tree shaking, or is there like is there some I'm always deconstruct. Okay. So is there some benefit to just doing the way that I'm doing it now? Like can you get into like cyclical reference errors and stuff like that? Do experts you might label incorrectly when importing? Oh, I see. Because I could technically like do this, right? Like that would be valid, would it not? Okay, that's right, because this is just whatever I want to call this. Oh, that's a really good point. Nice. Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's just do that then. Index.js. I'm gonna go export. What is it? You have to do it like this, I think, right? Default as from that. Is that right? That should work, right? You register your components with Webpack so you don't have to import them at all. They would be globally viable, especially useful if it's base components. Oddball X. Can you expand on that a little bit? That's really cool sounding. You can register your components with Webpack so you don't have to import them at all. It would be globally viable, especially useful. How does that affect your bundle? So, well, with what with what I'm doing now, also don't put much logic in the index file. As when navigating code files in VS Code, you don't want to be doing index files showing up in so don't put much logic in the index file. You're talking about this index file, or like the index for, like I'm literally just gonna do that. It'll be just all the exports will be in there, and then I'll call it like this most likely. All right, and then we can just do components. I found it. It's awesome. Cool. All right. Great. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I'm always interested to hear stuff that's a little bit, what is the problem here? What is this? Missing root type, stored images. Okay, cool. All right, so I have my API, where's that thing? API select, right? Get out of here. So in the tab panel, we have our tabs. Now in here, we have a function, and we're going to do, so this is a function, right? So we should be able to do something like this. All right, we go, tab dot title equals, what do they call it? Oh crap, it's right there. Tab that title, no, tab that name. I'm assuming this will help me. Right, do that, and then I can go, and I can, no, I can do my clipboard. This, do that for now. I think I should probably make it return like this. And then put that in there, and like that. Why am I getting unexpected token? What am I broken here? I've broken something. If I do name, I really should be able to get name out of there. What? What is going on? Build fill, unexpected comma. There is no comma. What the deuce is going on? Maybe it's in the API select error. Maybe it's in my component. Nope. Not in my component. Okay. If I get rid of this. Okay, so that seems fine. Okay. Console log. Name. Okay, something. What have I done here? So this is not right. So it should take a function, right? Let me just back this up. Name, and I should be able to destructure name out of here, should I not? Okay, that looks right. Tabs array. Tabs array. Philip John, what do you think? Should you have a comma on line 95? 95, 95, 95. It keeps putting it back. I think I just had some weird syntaxy thing going on. Okay, so let me just do this. So if I make this a function, right? Boom. That's fine. Trailing comma is okay. Yeah. So make that a function. So now if I do this, I wasn't returning, I don't think. So if no, that's not what I want. If I do this, right? Because I want that sort of implicit return dealio. That needs to go away. So that just removes that. Okay, that's all right. So then what if I go name equals API images, right? And then do API image select. Oh yeah, you're probably right. So I want to do this. I'm gonna need to actually wrap it in a return. Oh no, right? Is this gonna yell at me? This is probably gonna yell at me here in a second. And then do this. You get out of here. So this is. Yeah, okay. This is, I don't know what I'm doing here. So it's clear I don't know what I'm doing here. I think you had, which we, okay. So this is going to be custom images, right? I'm going to do this a little bit differently. This is like basic JavaScripting, right? Oops. If name. Name equals, what is it, API images, then I'm going to do this. Return API image select, else return. I haven't built this component yet, but I'll say custom, right? Right. That's wrong. What I'm writing is wrong. Is that what you're saying? Now, there's nothing better than getting a comment that just says that's wrong. That's just wrong. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me while I relearned how to do JavaScript. In real time, it made sense. Okay, so API images, custom API. Okay, so this is the logic that I want. Awesome. Okay, cool. I do appreciate your candor and your help, Florida Coder Man. And I keep looking at my, I always look over at my comments instead of the camera, so sorry about that. But anyhow, okay, so let's do another component. And we'll call this, let's just get this one working again. Okay, so in here, okay, cool. So, sorry, what am I doing? In here, I need to pass, I'm gonna say, I call it images, and it's gonna take a prop of stored images, which I'm using up top here, right? So in here, we've got stored images. So, I'm gonna return this, and then hopefully I won't run into the same weirdness that I was running into before, which clearly demonstrates my lack of ability. So if I do this, oh, I think I need one of those. Name condition component. Oh yeah, see that's. Yeah, that would work, right? Because I have two conditions. Yeah, if I had 3 tabs, it wouldn't work. Well, it would. Well, it would kind of. Okay, so. Hey, Vicus? Is it Vicus or Vicus? I'm going to ask that to anyone that comes in. I'm just going to say, hey, here's 3 different ways that I think you can pronounce your name. Just tell me which one. Anyways, welcome from Post Status. It's great to have you. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna say if stored images length, right? I'm just gonna do multiple returns because this is just dumb. We gotta get on this. We gotta get doing code here. So if it's less than 1, right? I'm just gonna return my loading state. Boom, done, cool. And then otherwise, we're going to do this. I'm gonna return this thing, which is not, I think am I missing some nesting somewhere? Oh yeah. Am I missing nesting somewhere? Hold on. That's super odd. I'm just doing that. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of, oh, this is why I'm just breaking it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do that. Otherwise, we're gonna do this. And I need, oh, you know what? I need to pass set attributes as well. So I'm gonna do set attributes. And I think that's the only other thing I need. So in here, I've done this a bunch where you have to, like, one thing that I find a little bit, I don't know, annoying is the right word, but when you do this, like if you want to abstract out components, vcus. Okay, thank you. Stored images.length. No, or stored images.length. Yep, that's another way of doing it too, Oddball X. Thank you. The problem is that like if you want to abstract this stuff, a lot of these components are going to use stuff that's coming from props, way up here at the top, right? So you either have to do something like you have to do some prop drilling, which I'm not a big fan of, but what I like to do is do something that looks like this, right? I'm just gonna spread an object on here, and it's just the items that I need, rather than like spreading everything. I don't know if this makes sense to me. It's props drilling. We're only prop drilling one level down here, but there's not really another way of doing it. You could do something where you're, instead of destructuring out the things up here, you could just take props and then destructure them out in a line like I'm doing in attributes, and then pass all of props here and spread that. But I don't like that. It's I don't know if any more experienced React devs in the stream have an opinion on that, but I like to just do this because all I need is this thing to get there, and I don't want to have to like manually add all the attributes. So anyways, so this should get us what we need down here, down here, down here, and then hopefully, if we do this, we get an error. Let's see. With a little luck, we get an error. Let's see what the error is. Can you read that? Okay, not at all. Okay. Okay, cannot read properties undefined reading length. Okay, so there's an issue with stored images.length. So is it not? Did I not pass that prop correctly? Oh, you see what I did there? I'm going to do this. I had the name wrong. So this is just going to be me doing this now. So I'm going to pass stored images to this thing. I'm going to get rid of that. So this should add that everything there. Extra. No, I had renamed the things, and this is another issue when you're trying to drill props down, right? Like you're naming things a level up, and then you change the name on the other prop. I mean, naming things is hard, but let's not make it harder than it has to be. And that was me. I made it harder than it had to be. So let's just minimize this. Do a reload. There we go. Okay, so custom images. So we don't see anything in there now. API images are all there. And if we click it, we're right back into our regular workflow. Okay, cool. So we've done that. Great. So now let's work on getting the second half of this. So this custom thing. So I'm gonna just create another component. I'm gonna call this whatever, custom image select. Custom image select. Spell it right. .js const custom image select, and I'm gonna go export default. Follow-up question for whoever wants to chime in. If you're doing a single export point like the index, like we're doing here, I prefer to have each component in its own file. I find that more readable. I mean, I have seen it where like the index just contains everything, and you're just, instead of doing exporting as default, you're just exporting. Any opinions on that? I feel like based on what you were saying earlier, Florida Coder Man, that it makes the index harder to load, but that's just I don't know. So we're gonna go custom image select, and so we go. No, get out of here. Custom image select. Cool. So that should be, it doesn't matter what that is. So I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna import that. Where did I import that from? Right here. Custom image select. Cool. So now we can put this in here. I don't have any default exports anymore from any file. I tried to group by context, so one file might have multiple components if they're related. Okay, cool. But I mean, like if you had, say, 3 components in your entire project, would you just put them all in an index file and then export? Don't default, just export each one out individually? Or do it the way that I'm doing it here, where we have a file that then we export the default from, right? So I guess, so what you're saying is you would put them all in a single file? I wouldn't name the file index. Oh, I see. You'd name it like components.js or something. And then just pull from components instead of index. That's cool. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Learned so much on these streams. Thank you, everyone. I do appreciate you all very much. Whatever the context is. So like components / people. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're not doing a default, you're just exporting, so you have to destructure from that file regardless of the fact that there may be only one thing in there or one or two things in there. I get what you're saying. Okay, cool. Okay, so now let's reload this. Okay, so we switch over here. We still got the custom image. Awesome. So I know that that's working because this is what's being put out here. Okay, cool. So now we can kind of walk away from this file a little bit. We don't have to do anything here yet. Actually, I don't even know if we need to do anything here. Interesting. Anyhow, okay, cool. So let's go to custom image select. Now there are components that come with Gutenberg that handle a lot of the media stuff. Like, so the media stuff, like you want to make sure, like, so the one that we're going to play with is the media upload. And basically we're going to just steal this thing here. So what I need is, there are two components that we're going to be using. There's the media upload component. I'll zoom in here a bit. So the media upload component, which is the one that handles the uploading media to the media library, but it's wrapped inside of a media upload check component. So what that does is that check component checks to see that the current user can actually upload to the media library, because some users can't. There are, I think, I can't remember if it's author or editor, but there's some, like the one above subscriber can create content but can't necessarily upload to the media library. So that's just what this checks. And I would highly recommend using that, because the last thing you want is like someone uploading stuff to your media library that shouldn't be there. That should not be doing that. So I'm going to just pull these in from block. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pull the whole thing. I'm just going to pull this whole example, actually. And then we'll just tweak it. So in my custom thing, we're going to have a couple of Word. Let's kind of love that. Get out of here, man. WordPress dependencies, spelled right. Oh my god. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna grab that, and then I'll just grab this whole bit, and we're gonna just put it in here. All right, so this is our media check. So media ID, we don't have media ID, not yet anyhow. So that might be interesting. Okay, cool. So the media types, what is the default property for some media types? Is it allowed types? Yeah, sorry, allowed types. So we can just say what we want, right? So we're gonna have each type, if all MIME types should be allowed, right? Okay, so we're gonna set it to image. So this is an array. And we're gonna just set it to image, because we're not doing anything too fancy in here. So I'm just gonna plunk in that to image. We don't have media ID yet. I'm just gonna turn that off or get rid of it. And then, so this hopefully should render a button for us. What is that? Oh, okay. And so let's go over here. Fresh. So we're going to custom images. Open media library, boom. And then we got the media library. So if I want to pick this now, and I'm gonna just get the console open. I think we'll see some things. So if I select this, you can see, oh, it's undefined. Huh. That's weird, okay. That's weird. Let's just console log media and see what that actually says. It might just be that particular field was undefined. So we'll refresh this. So we can clean this button up a bit, and we can put anything kind of we want in here, right? So we'll click this, we'll grab that. So I should be console logging something. Okay, cool. So this is the media ID. This is the media that comes back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to get it into that object that we're using to display. So we need to destructure out some of these things. We're going to need well, if we look at the image select, we've got ID, URL, and name, and name, and then width and height, I think. So we're going to need those things. So let's, wait, am I doing? One trick using console log with arrow functions, you can do rest of the logic as console returns undefined. Oh, cool. That's a neat trick. Thank you for sharing that. So what I want to do now is I need to have ID. Let's just jump back over here and see what we're getting. So we got the ID, we got name. Are we gonna use name maybe? Sizes. So we can pull URL. So we'll get URL. We got width. Is there a height in there too? Did anyone see a height? Height. Okay, so we'll just pull this out. We'll go URL. Okay, we'll go URL. We'll go width. Go height. Now this is going to be a little bit weird because we're not really accounting for things like upload sizes, and it's just going to display whatever we set here. So I mean the full URL is 1200 by 800, which is like probably way too big. So we could we'll just see what that looks like. I guess here, and then maybe title. We'll pull title as the name. So I'm going to call it name. And then this needs to get a couple of attributes. We got set attributes, right? So same thing as we're doing in this one. We're going to get set attributes. We're going to destructure it off of the props, which I've already done that. But we're going to need to pass it. So I'm going to just do this little trick again. Get rid of set attribute, get rid of everything I don't need. And hopefully when we set the attributes, now I realize I could probably just create a function and pass that function that handles this directly, but I'm just gonna do it this way. So I should be able to say set attribute image, and then this attribute image, and then I'm just gonna go, gonna use object property shorthand with height, and then I guess name. I think that's all I need, right? I think that's all I need. Let's look at the save and see what's being pulled out. So name is being pulled out with height. Okay, cool. And then, okay, so I think that's it. So let's. I don't even know what this is gonna do. Let's have a look. We reload this. Okay, custom images. Boom. Open media library. Grab this one. Select. We got it. Perfect. That's it. And then we can remove the image, and then we can come back to our custom images. Here's an idea. First of all, I hate the way that button looks. I'm going to say, I'm going to give it when you're working with the button, there are, is it secondary? I think there's props that indicate the type of button that you're using. That's not in. So let's look in the components package. We'll look in the button, and then I have to say, where are my examples? Variant. Did I change it? Oh, okay. So I'm going to change variant. It used to be different. So I'll say variant. Variant. I think I spelled right. And I'm going to make this I say primary just for now. Primary just for now. Let's see what that does. Get rid of that. And we'll re-render this. Custom images. Why didn't that work? Why are you being like that? That's ridiculous. Did I spell it wrong? Definitely wouldn't be surprising if I spelled that wrong. Variant. So this is... That's weird. Okay. Let me just refresh this. Check my build. No problems there. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? Button. Huh. I wonder. Okay, hold on. Documentation's biting me in the ass. Variant is destructive, is pressed, is busy. There used to be a component of deprecated. Oh man, what am I doing here? So yeah, use deprecated props. So if I say is primary, so there used to be, like, as you can see, there used to be some props called like is primary, is secondary, stuff like that, and that's what gave you the big blue button or the button with the white border around it. I'm wondering if maybe what I'm dealing with is missing some stuff. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, so I think we just ran into some stuff that might be coming out in 5.9 or stuff that's coming out in the latest version of Gutenberg. So that's what I'm going to do here. Right, so media library. So the other thing, I mean, we still have some time, so we can pick something from the media library, right? Or we can upload something from the media library. I guess the other thing that we could do is we could take the same approach that we had here, like with these images, but instead of it being from the API, we could, in the custom images, we could have it show images that have been uploaded to this post. And then this would still let us get to items that were not. Like this was not attached. I don't think this was attached to any post. So that might be fun. Right, so we can, okay, so let's do that maybe. Okay. Any questions before I move on? But on this, I mean, is there anything that you'd like to see? I mean, granted, the CSS on this is not great. So there's that, but yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe there's something, if anyone has any questions or anything. So we'll grab this. So far, so good. Okay, thanks, Anoop. All right, cool. Anoop speaks for you all because silence is complicitness, I guess. That's a much bigger topic. Okay, cool. So let's go. Let's do it. All right, stop talking, Ryan. Shit. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a query that is going to basically do exactly what we do here for API images, and we're going to do it this way. So I'm going to how are we gonna do this? Okay, I'm gonna use this little fragment shorthand just for now. And up in here, I'm going to pull in the API image select component because that's not how I said it in my head. I don't even remember what I said. Whatever it was. Okay, I can get rid of this. This is good. Okay, so don't say it. So I'm going to reuse this component because this component's job is to... Oh, wait. Can I? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Just because of the way I've built this out. I'll just steal it. So, okay, cool. So in the custom image select, what we're going to need is we're going to need to do the same sort of thing. We need to use... no, we'll not use effect. We'll use select. So we're going to say import use select from WordPress WordPress, and now we're just going to change this to data. Cool, data. So use select. Now what I'm about to do, what we have done before. I have said we did this in when we were talking about selecting data, and then yeah. So we've absolutely done this before. I could probably even find the code in one of these earlier ones. Let's see what's in here. Is this it? Yeah, right here. This is sort of it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull, except it's not going to be posts. So, wait, sorry, where am I? Custom image. All right, so in here, I'm going to grab this. So I'm not going to use posts though. It's going to be images, right? Images. And then, so what I need to hit is the get entity records. Post type is an attachment, right? Attachment per page, and then yeah, page per number of posts. What is that? Number of posts. Where's all that coming from? Post per page, invalidate. All right. Do they do? So what we basically want to do is we're going to need to know, is it so we're going to make a request. I'm just going to get all the images at this point, right? And then what we also want to know if this is resolving, right? So we're going to have this thing, right? Is resolving. And so we want to match. So this, okay, so the way this works, let me just explain this. Okay, so this is, we're using a data store. We're hitting the use select hook. We're going to hit the core data store, and the core data store stores things like how many posts do you have? What kind of posts do you have? Like this is like a query level thing. It's not to do with the particular post you're working on. It's to do with the core of WordPress. So this is where you would get, if you want to get entity records for, like if you want to get a post type, and like what we're doing is we're going to get the 10 most recent attachment post types, basically is what it is. But you can change the entity here. So this is the entity type. So this would be like post type or taxonomy, and then this would be like the entity, I guess the entity version. I don't know how, I'm not explaining this right at all, but so this is the type of data that you want, and this is the sort of the flavor of the data type, if that makes sense. So because we have multiple post types, we want a post type, but we want the attachment post type specifically, and then this would be any arguments that you want to pass to this. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to say that's associated with this post. So we'll figure that out in a minute. Cool. So then once we have this select, the selector built, right? This query, we need to know if it's resolving, because is resolving is going to allow us to do like basically a is loading sort of thing, right? So what did I change? That's not right. I shouldn't change that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, cool. So now we know we're gonna pull all the images. Right now, we're gonna get the 10 most recent uploaded images. So how we know that particular query is resolving is we use select again, but on the core data store, we're checking this function called is resolving, which is basically going to tell us, is the query that is built by all of these parameters, is it still resolving? If it is, it returns true. If it's not, it returns false. So we are calling the data store of core. We're calling the function called get entity records on the core data store. And then these are the parameters that are being passed to it. So I need to update post to attachment. I'll get rid of this. So basically what this does, if I understand it correctly, and I believe many Redux stores do this sort of thing, Redux style stores do this sort of thing, is this is all built basically, I don't know if it's like a hash or whatever it is, but basically there is a reference to this particular function from this store calling these parameters, and it's tracking what's going on behind the scenes. So if you were to say, make this 11, this would never be resolved because it's never been called, right? Because it doesn't match the actual things up here. Okay, with me so far? Sweet. So what we need to do here is we're going to say, we're going to do very, 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 very similar to what we did in our API image select. We're going to go like this, right? We're going to check to see, we're going to say, if, no, I'm gonna put this in, sorry. I'm gonna put this in here. We're gonna say is resolving, right? We're gonna output that. Otherwise, we're gonna output something. We're gonna say data div data is ready. All right, we're gonna do this, and we can just get rid of that. Nope, I know what that is. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the loading. I don't know why I didn't just type that, but I didn't. So we should just be able to, get out of here. I hate you so much right now. All right, we should be able to just do this, right? So we're saying now is resolving, then it's gonna say loading, and then when it's not resolving, it's gonna say data's ready. So let's see what happens. We're gonna just do a force reload on this, and then I'm going to come over here and it's gonna go, oh, that happened super fast. I don't know if you saw that or not. I don't know if I can make that, but trust me, it definitely happened. You know what? I'm gonna wrap this in a H1 so we can see it jump. Right, so if we refresh this and I go up over here, you see that big flash of loading? It's there. So because I'm on a local environment and it's so much faster, that's probably not going to be a loading state for too long, right? Cool. So now we know that that has resolved. So once it's resolved, we basically just need to do what we had done over here in our API image select. So I'm going to just do this. Probably what would make a bit more sense is if I abstracted this particular piece out into its own component, which I can do right now. Actually, we're going to go, we're going to call this image display. I say image display.js, and I say const image display. This is a horribly named component, but it kind of gets what we need done. Right, and then we're gonna go export default. Hey. Hello, Meta Rorschach. You've already said hey. Welcome back? Or are you a robot? Return. How long will your project take? How long will my project take? I don't know. Do you have to be somewhere? I mean, I wanted some help. Okay, what sort of help were you looking for? Anyhow, 24 more minutes. Yeah, I usually stream. I feel like you know enough about machine learning. Yeah, I don't know. Drop your question in, my friend. If I can help you, I will. I'm starting to feel, and I don't mean any disrespect if you are a live human, but I feel like maybe you might not be. Anyhow, so what was I doing here? Okay, cool. So I have my image select here, and all I'm doing is I'm going to take the images, and I'm going to, no, not that. I'm sorry. Image display is what I'm looking for. So images gets passed into image display, and then export it. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just say, what do I call this thing? Get image display, and that's from image display. Image display. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so in here, I'm going to import some dependencies. Oh, I really hate it when it does that. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna import, what is this, image display? Image display from, not from there. Oh wait, yeah, it is from there, isn't it? Let's do this. Okay, so image display is gonna go in here. Right, boom. And then I need images, which I think I just called images. Meta Rorschach, I don't know if you need help. If you do need help, I'm happy to try to give you a hand. I'm just going to finish what I'm doing now. It's not, machine learning is not really my forte. I have done a little bit of work with some stuff on it, but if there's something you need specifically, I would encourage you to go to my repo, which is right here, and open up an issue and see if it's something that we can stream together and work on. But otherwise, I mean, I'm happy to help if I can. If you want to post a question, maybe on that repo, I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep working through my stream, my man. Thank you. Or my person. I shouldn't assume anything. Anyhow, great. Okay, cool. So we have now this image display, which I don't even know if this is going to work because I am not really paying attention. So let's see. Okay, so I've exported that. So my image display. So this should take, all right, I might need to, I'm going to need to change some of that stuff, I think, right? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take that. I'll make that something different. I think it was title was what I was using before. So I'm just gonna do it that way. Cool. So let's just refresh and see what we're doing here and see how much it breaks. Block has encountered an error, which is not surprising considering I am not paying attention. Okay. Cannot read image properties of null. Reading map. Where's that? Image display. Images. So it's not getting images. So let's see why not. So in my edit state, no. Where am I even doing this? Custom image select. So images. I wonder if it's because, I wonder if that needs a, nope. I wonder if I should just give this a default value. I am not doing that the way I want to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this now. No image, if no images, turn null. I think that should get past the first. Yeah, you might be right. And I certainly don't mean to exclude anyone on this stream. So Meta, you just, some of the stuff, it just seems, you seem a little, automated, but yeah, I'm happy to help, but it's not really the focus of what I'm doing. I just wanted to make sure that people that come to see WordPress stuff get to see the cool WordPress stuff, or the WordPress stuff. Okay, so that worked because it was loading. Okay, so I don't know what the heck that is. Well, let's just see. So image display, I'm gonna just console log out the image down that I'm seeing. Let's see what I get going on here. I think I might have. Okay, so let's clear this. Let's go to custom images. All right, I got one image. That's handy. So the ID I've got. Huh. Okay. What was I pulling out from in the custom image select? What was I getting from there? URL. Like that's the stuff I need. So is there no URL for this? Weird. Oh, weird. Okay, so I guess it'll be source URL. And does this have the? Doesn't have the width and height. Media details. Maybe I need to pull it from media details. Super duper weird, man. Okay, so I can get the source URL, and then I can get me from media details. I can get the other stuff that I think I need, right? There's a title in here. Title. Oh man. Okay, so this is okay. I have to use a different. I have to use this component, but slightly differently because it looks because I'm returning this from the REST API. So in my image display, I need some different things. So ID and okay. So ID is okay. The other thing I need though is media. I think I need some. I need. I'm gonna say source URL. Source URL is going to be URL. Okay, so and then what is it? Oh man, there's a lot of information down in there. So what was that? It was media. No, title. So title. I have to get from the rendered title. Oh boy. Okay. So then I want title rendered. Title of rendered. Title rendered, yeah, okay, so title, and then in here should go rendered as, I'm gonna cut this and go image alt. This is hilarious. Image alt, okay. So that should, so what I've done there, I've done some magic stuff. ID, so in here I'm gonna create an image, our object I'm gonna say ID, I'm gonna say URL, I'm going to say name is going to be image alt. Image alt. And then what was the other? Oh, the width. Oh man, I need width and height. Okay, cool. So where did I get width and height? There was a, oh, here it is. Media details. So I can, okay, so I will do this. In here, and I will go media details. It's an object, but I want width and height. And then in here, I'm just going to go width and height. So let's see what happens now. Custom images. Oh. Okay, getting there. What the deuce is that all about? Set. Oh. Set attributes is not a function because I didn't pass the function in my custom image select. I just passed images. So I'm going to do, this again. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, but I'm going to structure that object out and no comma. Then we'll do this, do that. Image display. Okay, cool. So let's reload this. So let's see. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go custom images. So I want to use this image. Sweet. I'm gonna get rid of that. Come back to custom images. Now I have a list of all the images. Awesome. So okay. So the other thing that I need to get now is I want to know what the current post type is. So let's how do I do that? I think I can do that with a different data. So if I say wp.data, so this is how I figure out anything in the data store. I come in here to the data and I just start monkeying around with it. So select, and I want to say, I think I want to go core. Maybe it's, I don't know if it would be editor. Let's see what's on editor. And then I just kind of poke around in here. So get, I don't think this is what I want. Get post edits, get permalink, get post log, get current. Oh, there it is. Get current post ID. That's exactly what I want. So what I want to do here is I'm going to come in back in here and I'm going to say get current post ID. All right. So that should return. So cool. So that's the post. That's what I want. So I'm just going to grab this because this is the exact function that I need to call inside of here. I'm going to say const current post. You know what? I'm going to call it from inside of here, actually. I'm going to say current post. Const current post equals select current post ID. And then I think I can say parent current post. I think that's what I need to say. I don't know if it's current post or it's parent or post parent. I think it might just be parent. So now this should only return the, oh, you know what? I need to do this outside. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna change this up a little bit because I don't want to have to like in a different use select or get current post type. Yep, that's every one of the current post type, which is totally valid too. If I wanted to say check against, sorry, I'm just responding to you, our Aruba. So what I want to do is I want this particular query to say, give me all the posts, give me all the attached images, or give me all the attached files to this thing. I thought maybe you typed not idea. Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I didn't need to explain that to you then. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just change this up a bit. I'm going to use a single use select, and instead I'm going to return it. I'm going to return an object with all of my stuff. So in here, I'm going to say images. I'm going to do, let's say const images equals, and then I'm going to do this, right? So that's going to return my images. What? Oh, right. Okay. Image attached images. This is being dumb. And we're going to do that, right? I'm going to get rid of this. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do I'm going to say const is resolving, right? I'm just going to do it this way, select, right? And I can actually get rid of this. And the reason I'm doing this is because what I want to do, why is that being stupid? Oh, right, I'm going to say is and I'm going to just put is resolving down here. I'm also going to put it up here. Okay, so that's so dumb that it's doing that. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to put it right in line like that. I should do it. All right. And I'll do the same for this. That needs to go away. Get rid of this. So this should be giving me an object. So basically, I'm going to do this all in the same place because I want to be able to access current post, because I need to be able to add down here parent and the value of current post, right? So that's how I'm going to know that this is all working. And I'm just using the same store object, like the same select object or function on everything. I'm just accessing different stores. So this shouldn't hopefully affect anything. So I'm just returning an object. So the key is images, so it's there. Key is resolving, it's there. So nothing should change. I should just get a different query with a little luck. Okay, this makes sense because there's nothing uploaded to this thing. So I'm gonna upload something. See if I can select a file. I don't know. Let's I'll find an image here. So what's this one? Ah, here we go. Perfect. So we'll upload that one. All right, so we'll select this, and now it's there. If I remove this, I come over here. Why didn't that work? Let's try again. Oh, okay, perfect. So it's working. The reason it didn't work was the last thing that I want to kind of talk about here is because we made a query, that query, it becomes resolved, and then anytime I ask for that query again, I get the resolved version. So I need to tell it, no, give me a new query because I've just done something that could affect that query. So to do that, we're going to use this other thing called Invalidate Resolution. And it is super fun. Well, I don't know if it's super fun, but it's fun anyways, right? So what I want to do is I want to be able to invalidate my resolution. So I'm going to use the use dispatch thing here. So I'm going to pull that, right? And so invalidate resolution, and then what I need to do, I'm going to just return current post there. I kind of didn't. I was hoping not to. I could have done it the other way, where I was just keeping the. Let's do this. So annoying that it does that. I don't like seeing the thing. There, perfect, awesome, great, okay. So now this has been exported. So what I can do now here. So invalidate resolution works the exact same way in the sense of like, I have to be able to match all of my query params for the resolution, right? Right. Yes. Okay, cool. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So what I want to do is I need to be able to basically pass all of these same function params to this, and that should. That's gonna break. Okay, I'm just gonna grab everything. So I'll grab all that. Okay, so now I can call this requery method anytime I want, and when I requery, it will say, you said you were going off to prepare a stream and then never said you were starting. Oh, I did? Sorry, sorry, Kroskeys. I posted in, I guess, the Gutenberg channel, that Discord, so my bad. Sorry, I thought you were part of that as well. I did drop some links in there, so you're, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm right at the end of my stream, soonish. Anyways, okay, so the media upload, I need to check because I want to. Where is that thing? Media upload. That's not it. Media toolbar. No. Media upload. So the media upload. Okay, so media upload. What we want to do is. Thanks for the follow, Krauskids. Appreciate it. And I mean, I'm streaming. I usually stream till like 12:30 or so. So I mean, I'm happy to stick around and chat, answer questions, whatever. So what I want to do now is I need a time to trigger that, right? So I'm going to maybe I'll do it on close. Let's just see. So there's an on select. So I'm setting the attributes here. I need to do it on close because I think on close runs, if I read that correctly, on close callback when the medium most close. This. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is the one I want because if I upload something and then I decide, oh, you know what, I don't want to choose it. I want it to show up there anyway. So I want this on close, which is run whenever a media is selected and when the user and if the user closes the modal without making a selection. So I'm going to run this requery. And I think I can just do it like this. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, so let's go back over here. Right, so we've got our images. I'm gonna jump over to custom. Oh, I broke it. Why did I break it? Let's see. What the heck did I do wrong? What the hell did I do wrong? Is there a build error? No, okay. Current post before initialization. Is that gonna fix it? I think that's the problem. I shouldn't probably be defining that before. Yeah, I still broke it. Okay. All right, hold on. Cannot access current post before an initialization. So, I wonder if I can. Oh wait, no. You know what? I'll do this. I'll do it that way. All right. I think that's the problem I'm running into. Let's just see. No, still a problem. Okay. Is it this function that's doing it? Let's check. Because I know it's post 250. And I wonder if that's the... No, it's still breaking. Okay. Oh, I think that's the problem. I think that's what I did wrong. Okay, let's just see. No, why are you being stupid? What's going on here? Maybe I do need to split it all out. Okay, what does that say? Yeah, I still can't access for initialization. Oh. Okay, let's double check this. Okay, that worked. Okay, so the problem there was I was trying to access this inside of this function and it was breaking. So I don't need that anymore. So I think what I need to do is I can put this back into my parent query, or my invalidate resolution query, or function, or whatever the heck you want to call that thing. Let's just say boom. Okay, cool. So now let's open the media library. I want to upload a new file, right? I'm going to pick another one. What's this one? Let me use Star Wars background. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to upload it. I'm not going to select anything, and I'm just going to close this. Hopefully, there we go. So what happened there was, this is exactly what we wanted. Perfect. So what happened there was, excuse me, we have set up our query, right? So we're getting our images that are attached to this particular post that we're messing with. But the post we're pulling also from the data store in here. So the post, it comes from get current post ID, right? And then we're setting up this is resolving function or call, which basically tells us whether or not this is finished querying the database and coming back. And then, so, which is great, but once this query has run and resolved and come back, the data store stores that in memory and just returns that to you if you ever call it again. Otherwise, we're constantly hitting the database. So when we want to hit the database, we have to invalidate the resolution for this query. So that's what this is doing. So we're going to hit invalidate resolution. So I've created a function that does it. Now I guess I could have just put this all in here, all right? And so when this media modal closes, it requeries the database, and now we get anything that's been added, which is fun. So now we can use our Star Wars thing here and set some color maybe. I don't know why the background thing is still there. Or we don't like that one. We can come back here. I need to pick some better colors here. So I don't know. This is my favorite one, I think. That one's pretty funny. Yeah, cool. So I think it's new now, and I don't really have much more to kind of go over. I think I've covered most things. I would probably spend a bit of time doing some cleanup on this to make this look a little nicer. But maybe we up this, or we can change that to just change this to like upload Upload. Not that. There we go. Upload new images, maybe image, you know, whatever. This is Twitch streams. Gotta do that stuff. Anyways, that's probably what I would do, but I don't want to. Yeah. Oh, what did I? Oh, I don't have the. I didn't import the. Yeah, I didn't import the internationalization library right there. So this should now run better. And switch over here. And oh, I'm gonna also change that loading. It doesn't need to be an H1 anymore. Div. Let's make it a div. Yeah, I guess the other thing, you know what we could put in there is there's a spinner component, which is kind of cool. Which I think is just in the component package. If I scroll down to S, down here, spinner. So it just looks like that. So we'll just import that, and that's a bit of a better. This is being pulled in from components, so it's a bit of a better loading state because it's doesn't need to be translated, and we can just drop that in there, and it's pretty WordPress. Like people are pretty familiar with that in WordPress. So if you come over here, you can see my thing loaded pretty quickly there. Yeah, maybe I'll just add that to the other API image select in here as well. So let me just jump for that. There's display. Nope. Customers. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of clicky. And we'll just do this. Let's put the spinner in. There we go. So now we should have a spinner for reloading the API, which we will not be reloading because it's stored in session storage. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And if we reload this now, we should get a little. Oh, that happened super fast. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it was one there. Cool. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to do. So yeah, if there's does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns about anything that we went over? If not, I'll probably shut her down. But Cross Keys, I know you got here a bit late, so happy to stick around and do some stuff. Anything you want, Anoop. Always a pleasure, Anoop. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate you. Thanks, Aruba. Am I saying? Yeah, I'm here. That's how I'm saying it, Aruba. Unrelated, but our company's doing 5 for the future tomorrow for the day. Any tips on what to work on, stuff we can sort of wrap up in a day? Yes, definitely. There is a ton of documentation stuff that can be done. We're kind of in the, we're sort of getting close to code freeze for 5.9. So if you want to get stuff into this release, you probably want to check out, there's, if you go to Gutenberg issues, there is a components. There is a package. There's an effort to update the components documentation. Which I am, of course, not finding right here. Components up to JS doc guidelines. This might be. No, that's not it. I'm gonna need to get into documentation, and then let's see. There's a pack. Yeah, where? Improve documentation and guidelines. I think this is it here. Yeah, this is the big one. I'll drop this in here. This is one of like many, but there's all kinds of packages being done in here. This one is one that I've been working on as well. This one will probably be the easiest because it's just docs. Not it's just docs, but I mean as far as getting code into the repo, this is like the lowest. It's documentation, so it's going to be the lowest risk, and especially at this point in the release cycle. I think I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head when code freeze is, but it's coming up soon. But the great thing about docs is that code freeze doesn't really matter necessarily. So everything in this list, and this goes for anyone on the call. If you're interested in doing this, you should do it. But there's all of these need to have some documentation updated. There's all the cool thing about it is that we did actually put together a contributing file. So there's like a starting point in there. So if you want to go into the package, here I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you go into the components package, there's a contributing.md, and then somewhere down the page here, component, no, so where is it? Context, no. Unit test, documentation. So there's a README example. So this is sort of giving you like a layout of how you can like get started, and this is something that you can kind of follow. Because one of the hard parts with contributing to docs is that the format is always a little bit different. So it's not hard to document things, but it is if you don't know what format's expected of you, right? So can you link that doc example? Yep, it's in the contributing.md file at the root of the components package. So, but it's linked there as well. Anoop, I've just done something with navigation block. Can you please go through it and let me know if it's presentable on GitHub? Sure. Do you have a PR available, Anoop? If you should, that'd be great. I can take a look at it. I can't guarantee anything, obviously, but there's a lot of work being done in that. Oh, what, Google Docs. I don't think I'm gonna click on a Google Doc. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I'll just move this. So what are you looking for from me on this? Just some notes? Or, I mean, if you're comfortable doing a pull request that sort of, that implements those changes, that's probably the better way to do it. Nope, I haven't done this before. You haven't contributed to Gutenberg? That's fine. You can open up an issue, and in Gutenberg, is it even presentable? I think it's extremely presentable. I mean, without having read through it all line by line, I mean, you've got screenshots. Here, I'll share it if you're okay with me sharing this. It looks like you've got plenty of information. If this is something that you want to, if this is something that you're proposing for a change to the block, open up an issue. Just go into pull or go into issues, create a new issue, put all that stuff in there, lay it all out, add the appropriate labels, and people will respond to you on it. That's the best way to do it. And still guarantees that someone is going to look at it immediately, but if you don't get the follow-up that you'd like on it, I would recommend going to the WordPress Slack, going to the core editor meeting, which is the same day as the core dev chats. I think they're running around 9 a.m. Eastern right now on Wednesday. So yesterday was the last one. And there's an open floor section where they ask for whatever, it's open to whoever, and you can drop the issue and ask for feedback on it. That's a great way of getting things moving forward. In general, contributing to core and to Gutenberg is the onus is on the developer to move tickets forward. So it's what we affectionately called. Oh, you've talked with Anne. Great, Anne's great. She's one of my coworkers. She's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it needs to get into the flow of how things get done in Gutenberg, which is like an issue or a pull request, and then people talk about it and things get. Oh, she's opened it. She has opened it. So you have an issue already. Is that what you're saying? maybe I'll switch to chatting so we can just chat. Okay, so you have an open issue. So where is that? Where is that issue? Because I can look at that issue for sure. I would, yeah, that would be the place to start. And if Anne's opened it, then people have definitely seen it. Things are a bit slow right now because we're about to into the holidays as well. So I'm not sure how much the developers are going to be around. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's great. Is this the same doc that you just linked me? No. Okay. Great. Well, oops. Let me just do that and then cool. Okay. Well, I mean, so you're well along here. Have you mentioned this in the docs channel in Slack? Again, there's meetings, there's docs meetings, there's core editor meetings. I would, if you want the most eyes on this, I'd attend one of those meetings. They're open to all, and wait for there's always an open floor section where you can, drop any topic that you want to talk about. You can absolutely do that. And that's where you're going to get the most eyes for people that can actually move things forward. So if you want to talk about documentation, then you can definitely go to the docs meeting and in the open floor, open it and somebody can take a look at it, right? So that's a great suggestion, Aruba. Thank you for adding that one. But yeah, you're really going to have to get in and sort of like, shake, ring some bells and shake some trees and stuff to get people's attention. That's really what it comes down to. So, but this is great. That's fantastic. Florida Coderman, did that help at all? I think that might be your best bet, especially if you're trying to get stuff in before code freeze or even after code freeze. Cool. There's also general documentation stuff that could there's a bunch of dev notes and things that are out there, but I mean, yeah. And if you have any pull requests, I'm happy to look at them. Might be boring. Oh, it'll definitely be boring. But yeah, I mean, you can try messing around with some other things. There's lots of things that need help, but I mean, it's not necessarily going to, like, if your end game is just to contribute, then, pick your poison as you will. If you're hoping to get people on your team some props, for this release, documentation might be your best bet. Unit tests are always fun. Writing tests are always a thing that is needed. Again, they're kind of low risk to get added. If you're interested in like core, contribution, you can go to the track. You can go to track for that. WordPress.org. You can go into the track system, so you can get involved. Core, tickets. Oh yeah, I have to log in. And I'm gonna log in, see my tickets, but you can go into the track system and you can see all of the tickets. So next major release, you can look at that. So all of these things. Now this is more the PHP side of stuff. I think most of it you also want to make it fun. Maybe mix with docs and something else. Yeah, cool. So this is more like the PHP part of WordPress. You can always, if you want to, like there's this good first bugs report, which is great. This is always a good one to start with. They're pretty heavily so you can take a look at that list. So these are things that are they're not necessarily easy, but they're contained in the sense of like, you'll get into tickets, especially like on the PHP side, where it'll touch like so many things and there'll be so many ramifications of what you're doing and trying to figure it out that it's kind of not a good place to start. These are either fairly simplistic or there are at least self-contained enough that they're good for folks who haven't really started contributing to Gutenberg yet. On the Gutenberg side, there's also a good first issue, I think. Good first issue. I better just look in the labels, do a search. I know there's one for good first issue. Yeah, so this is another good one. Again, for folks that are looking to just get started. Again, they're lower impact. They're not that hard. I shouldn't say not that hard. They're contained enough that it's not a problem. And if you're interested, I have a Twitter bot called Good First Bugs that I wrote that tweets these things. So it's a whole bunch of shameless self-promotion for me. So if you're interested, you can follow that. And yeah, but core contribution, I've been contributing the course since, I want to say 4.3, something like that, and it's been fun. I absolutely love it. It's a good time. I got started writing unit tests. That's how I got my first props. Really was a lot of unit tests, because they need to be written, and they also need these sort of lower, like I said, they're lower risk. So I got to do a lot of that stuff, and then for Gutenberg was sort of the same way. But it's fun. It's super rewarding, and I mean, if you saw State of the Word, it was yesterday, or the day before, the 14th, so 2 days ago. Matt was talking about 5 for the future and kind of giving back. So it's it's a fun thing to do. Anyways, cool. Anyone else have anything they want to chat about? Will I fill up my coffee? Yeah. When will be the next session? I am probably not going to do one until the week of January 1st. Let me get this over here, and because I am going to take some holidays, so probably January 6th will be the next one. That will probably be my next stream. Yes, an entire year from now. January 6th, 2022, I think will be my next stream. Yeah, I'm going to take some holiday time with the fam and all that fun stuff. I hope everyone else has, if you celebrate Christmas, have a great holiday. So January 6th will be it. I don't know what the topic will be. So if anyone has any ideas, again, please drop it in the repo, which I'm going to link you to in a second. You as well, great Christmas and a Happy New Year. So if you already done that one. So this is the repo. Again, all the code's going to go up there. But if you have any topic requests, please let me know, and then we can get that done. I've got a cool one here for TypeScript, which I've not done that much with, but it'd be cool to do a block for that uses TypeScript and mess around with that. So maybe we'll do that. We just did this one today, so I'm just going to go. I'm going to add a little label and just say streamed. Oh, I've received 100 messages today with restreamed chat. Wonderful. Yeah, cool. So let me just remove this. And yeah, anyways, so I think that is going to be it for today. But thank you so much for joining. If you are taking time off in the next 2 weeks, and enjoy it, and I'll see everyone early January, hopefully. So thanks for coming. Talk to you all later.